Everybody, quick video here on how to make sure your gantry is square on this Next Wave CNC router. Mine happens to be an older HD3 extended bed. I've had it for over 10 years, and I don't think I've ever done this before, but it definitely is a good idea to do on a routine basis. I've just been lazy. So you're going to see a diagram on the screen that has several measurements for different size triangles. You're going to choose the one that's the largest you can fit on your spoil board. So for me, that's 24 by 18 by 30. The first step here is going to be choosing the bit. You're going to want to choose a bit that has a very, very fine tip. So I chose a diamond bit. That's going to be the most precise for me. Once you have this moved to the upper left-hand corner of your spoil board, go ahead and zero it out. I put the Z like right above the spoil board and zeroed it there. Because what you're going to do is take a piece of tape, put a very small dot on it, and you're going to center that dot right under your bit, as precise as possible. And once you have that little dot right underneath your bit, you're going to take a look at your triangle and the distance. You need to move it from A to B, and for me, that is 24 inches. Now, this is where I did get a little stuck on the other videos I saw. So I use, obviously, a laptop. I don't use a pendant. I actually like the versatility of the laptop and the visual aspect of it. So I still use that. I didn't upgrade. What I'm going to do is manually enter the Y to move minus 24. The minus is very important. Don't forget the minus, or else it's going to go in the wrong direction. Then I'm going to click on Move to Position. All right, next step is to repeat that first step. Take a piece of tape, put a small dot on it, and center it right under your bit. All right, now that I have that centered, I'm going to raise my spindle so I can see the dot, and I'm going to measure from point A to point B. Remember, this should be 24 inches. Now, as you can see, I use a tape measure, and when you measure with a tape measure for something like this, you never want to start at the tab. Always start at the 1, because that tab moves forward and backwards. So that's why it says 25 instead of 24, but it is right at the 25 mark. Perfect. So the next step is going to be from B to C. So we now have to move it 18 inches along the X. So I'm going to come back here to my manual keypad, enter 18. This is 18. It is not minus 18 this time. Move to position. And one more piece of tape. Now I'm going to measure from A to C, and that should be 30 inches. This is really going to determine if my gantry is off. And again, I did start at the 1 at point A. So this is actually 30 inches and about a 1/16 of an inch. So what that tells me is my gantry needs to move on the right side. It is not completely square. The adjustment is done on the right side, which is the non-motor side. And there's some bolts over there I'll show you next. We got to loosen those up, and I got to nudge that side up a little bit so that I can hit that 30-inch mark instead of 30 and 1/16. Depending on which model you may have 4 screws, you may have 8 screws. I don't know, some might have 6 screws, I just don't know. But because I have the extended bed, it is 8 screws. Those are all hex. I don't know the size. I got to loosen all those, nudge it a 1/16 of an inch, and then I'm going to retest. And I'm going to use new pieces of tape when I retest. And I'm going to retest over and over until I feel like it is squared up. Now we're talking about a 1/16 of an inch. So for what I cut, that's enough for me to have issues with my products. For you, maybe it's not so much of an issue. That's for you to determine, but at least now you know the proper way to square up your gantry. If you have any questions, Next Wave has been awesome with tech support. If you have anything to add to this, then put it in the comments. Let me know, and thanks for watching.